This lesson is on the meaning and methods of trade protection. What is the meaning of trade protection? Trade protection is the restriction of international trade through policies such as quotas, tariffs, bans, and so on. International trade is the exchange of goods and services between two countries. Trade protection prevents free trade and encourages people to buy locally made products. Free trade is trade that has no restrictions. Let us consider the methods of trade protection. The policies used to prevent the free movement of goods and services between countries include tariff, quota, embargo, subsidies, import licensing, currency devaluation, foreign exchange control, and administrative complexity. The first method of protection is tariff. Tariffs are taxes on imported products. Tariffs raise the prices of imported products and encourage consumers to switch to cheaper domestic products. The imposition of tariffs, therefore, reduces importation. Assuming the government of Nigeria imposes tariff on imported Suzuki cars from Japan. The tariff increases the cost of production for Nigerian importers and shifts the supply curve leftwards from S1 to S2 because fewer Suzuki cars will be imported. The price of the imported Suzuki car rises from P1 to P2 and quantity decreases from Q1 to Q2. Quota limits the quantity of a particular product that can be imported into a country. It reduces the amount of cheaper imports coming into a country to compete with locally made goods. The price of the imported good will rise because the quantity available has been reduced. From the graph, the quantity supplied of imported product decreases from S1 to S2 due to a quota at Q2. Price would rise from P1 to P2. An embargo is a ban on goods coming from a particular country. It protects domestic firms from foreign competition. It may also be imposed because of a trade dispute or political conflict. For example, the US had imposed embargoes on goods from certain countries because of human rights abuses, e.g., China. Countries have import licensing system in place that requires intending importers to apply and submit some documents before authorization to import. The procedures can be made more stringent to reduce the number of people that can obtain the license. This will therefore reduce the amount of imports. Subsidies. A subsidy is a grant given to a producer by the government to cover part of the cost of production. The government gives subsidies to domestic firms so that they can increase their production and lower their prices. Rather than import, businesses will export because their prices will be competitive in the international market. The graph shows the impact of subsidy on the price of a locally manufactured product. The subsidy will assist the producer to increase supply. Supply shifts rightwards from S1 to S2. Quantity supplied increases from Q1 to Q2 and price falls from P1 to P2. Currency devaluation lowers the value of a currency in terms of another currency. It makes exports cheaper and imports more expensive. Exports will increase, but imports will reduce. The government can limit the availability of foreign currencies to reduce importation. Imported goods have to be paid for in the currencies of the exporting countries. The scarcity of these currencies decreases imports. Administrative complexity. This is also known as red tapeism. Strict procedures, standards, requirements, or rules are introduced by the government to restrict importation. It is often difficult for foreign firms to meet up with these requirements in terms of cost and time. This will decrease importation and favor domestic firms.